Across horizons blanketed with endless fields, intelligent machinery now gathers over 9 billion tons of produce annually, nourishing the planet with clockwork precision. Yet in mist-shrouded fields somewhere, human hands still perform tasks beyond the capability of machines, cultivating life with a blend of emotion and experience. This captures the essence of 21st century agriculture, where technology and humanity are no longer in opposition, but collaborate to script the great narrative of Earth's perseverance. In bygone eras, farmers shouldered baskets, stooped to lift melons weighing more than 2 kilograms, and transported them along extensive rows under the intense sun. It was an arduous job that depleted their energy and frequently resulted in scratched fruit before it was even loaded onto a truck. Today, they are aided by mobile harvesting conveyors, an ingenious mechanical apparatus specifically created for melons. The belts, constructed from soft rubber, permit workers to gently place the fruit on them without marring the rind. One end of the conveyor is positioned near the ground to collect the melons, while the other end is elevated to deposit them directly into the truck. 2 conveyors function in parallel, advancing slowly between the rows. Approximately 20 workers coordinate seamlessly with the system, creating an open-air production line of pickers, placers, and loaders, operating in perfect harmony. While the conveyor does not substitute for human hands, it eliminates over 70% of the heavy lifting, reduces harvest duration by half, and guarantees each melon stays pristine and shiny under the golden seasonal sun. Annually, from June to early August, the peach orchards of California and South Carolina, the 2 primary peach-producing states in the U.S., enter their most dynamic period. The trees become adorned with hues of pink and orange, and hundreds of laborers disperse throughout the orchards with soft fabric baskets to hand-pick each fruit. Weighing between 150 and 200 grams, peaches bruise with ease, necessitating a completely manual harvest. Pickers gently rotate the stem between their thumb and forefinger, assessing ripeness by color and scent, before setting the fruit cautiously into the basket. Post-harvest, the peaches are transported to cooling facilities within 4 hours to maintain their crispness and characteristic fragrance. In California alone, over 250,000 tons of fresh peaches are harvested yearly, predominantly for the domestic market, serving as a lasting emblem of the American summer, where the sweet aroma of peaches recalls the warmth of extended golden days. John Deere combine harvesters are regarded as the foundation of American mechanized farming. These formidable, versatile machines can harvest a wide array of crops, from wheat, corn, and soybeans to sorghum, simply by swapping the front header attachment. As the sorghum fields of the American Midwest adopt a deep crimson hue, these massive combines commence their work. At the front, a 10-meter-wide cutting header moves just above the soil, directing the entire stalk into the processing chamber. Inside, high-velocity rotors and powerful air currents separate the grain from the stalk before elevating it into the grain tank located above. This frontal component, the header, is a modular unit that can be interchanged based on the crop. For corn, the header is fitted with deep row grabbers, engineered to pull and sever tough stalks. For sorghum or wheat, it is substituted with a draper header, a flat cutting platform with a conveyor belt that consistently feeds each stalk into the threshing mechanism with great accuracy. Sorghum might not be a staple at the dinner table, but it stands as one of the planet's most durable and essential crops. Cultivated extensively in Kansas, Texas, and Oklahoma, it flourishes in arid, hot environments where few other plants can subsist. In your kitchen, spring onions are a common ingredient, But have you ever considered how they are harvested from fields that span dozens of hectares? Let us travel to Denmark, the home of Aloe, a leader in European vegetable harvesting technology. At the front of the machine, a slender steel blade cuts just beneath the roots, as rubber rollers gently take hold of the stalks and pull them from the ground. Subsequently, an inclined conveyor belt transports the onions upward, where soft, rotating brushes clean off dirt before arranging them neatly into crates. In a mere 5 minutes, a single machine can harvest over 600 meters of onion rows, achieving a rate up to 20 times faster than manual harvesting, all while ensuring every stalk remains straight, clean, and perfectly preserved for its trip to your local grocery store. During the luminous summer months in Florida and Mexico, mango orchards hit their harvest zenith as millions of golden fruits ripen simultaneously, suffusing the air with their scent. Hand-picking continues to be the favored and almost essential technique, as each mango variety matures at a different pace and possesses a distinct skin texture. Pickers need to examine the color, test the firmness, and inspect the stem to ascertain the ideal harvest time. Fruits hanging low are gathered directly, whereas those higher up are accessed with hydraulic lifting baskets. These platforms, though compact, can extend to heights of 8 to 10 meters. The platform is managed via a small panel on the handrail, enabling pickers to elevate, descend, or turn the lift with a few straightforward actions. This apparatus enhances productivity by up to 5 times compared to using ladders, guarantees the safety of workers, and prevents damage to branches. Following the harvest, mangoes are washed under gentle water sprays or submerged in circulating wash tanks to eliminate sap and dust. They are then dried, sorted, and packed in cold storage for export. Annually, Mexico, the foremost mango exporter in the Americas, distributes over 2 million tons of fresh mangoes to international markets, with the majority still being meticulously hand-picked from orchards like these. The tree shaker is the key tool in America's plum orchards. Its steel arm secures itself firmly to the tree trunk and then vibrates it vigorously for several seconds, at frequencies reaching 400 vibrations per second. This action causes thousands of ripe plums to fall onto large collection tarps without harming the branches or unripe fruit. Within a few brief seconds, an entire tree is harvested. From these tarps, the plums are transferred directly to conveyor belts, where they undergo cleaning, sorting, and packing right in the orchard. A single shaker can harvest as much as 60 tons of plums in a day, working relentlessly under the summer sun. In addition to the trunk-shaking models, American farmers employ another machine variant designed for plum orchards with low, narrow canopies, the canopy shaker. Its dual symmetrical rotor arms oscillate at a frequency of 6 to 10 Hz, transmitting vibrations directly through the foliage to dislodge ripe fruit without snapping branches. Positioned beneath the trees, a comprehensive system of catching tarps and conveyors gathers the falling plums, filters out leaves and other debris, and moves the cleaned fruit directly into storage containers. Departing from America and Europe, we journey to South Korea, where the cooling of pond waters to below 10 degrees Celsius signals the start of the lotus root harvesting season. Harvesters don full-body waterproof attire, thick rubber gloves, and use wide, blunt-tipped knives, implements that enable them to cut and detach rhizomes without fracturing their fragile skin. Concealed beneath a dense layer of mud, each lotus stem holds 3 to 6 interconnected root segments that are crisp and starchy, yet so delicate that a minor touch could cause them to break. Instead of using shovels, farmers employ high-pressure water jets to break up the soil and carefully free the roots without any mechanical force. Once liberated, the roots rise to the surface, where workers collect them in wooden boats and then use small cranes to lift them to the shore. The procedure must be executed swiftly, Within just 2 to 3 hours of being exposed to air, the roots start to oxidize and change color. Owing to this careful and exact method, South Korea exports lotus roots valued at over $100 million annually, transforming a mud-borne plant into a premium agricultural commodity on the international market. When aloe vera leaves are fully developed at about 8 to 12 months of age and reaching nearly 80 centimeters in length, the harvesting process commences. Using sharp knives, farmers slice each leaf near the base and then angle the cut end downwards to let the yellow sap, which contains aloe, a bitter substance that can spoil an entire batch of gel if not properly extracted, drain out. Harvesting aloe demands both speed and accuracy, as even a slight bend or bruise can lead to the oxidation of the inner gel. Only the thick, succulent, and undamaged leaves are deemed acceptable, and they are carefully arranged in shallow trays or soft-lined crates to safeguard their delicate outer layer. On extensive farms, mobile harvesting conveyors travel along the rows, gathering hundreds of leaves in just a few minutes, thereby cutting down manual labor by as much as 70%, while preserving the freshness and integrity of the gel inside. A proficient worker can typically cut up to 1,000 leaves per day. However, guaranteeing that each leaf stays firm, clean, and devoid of yellow sap is still completely reliant on the harvester's skill and experience, which is fundamental to the purity of every subsequent drop of aloe gel. The grapefruit harvest commences when the fruit achieves a consistent pinkish gold color, and its skin is taut and slightly textured. During the peak season in Texas, the origin of the renowned Rio Red variety, experienced pickers gently rotate each fruit at the stem. This action generates just enough force for it to detach cleanly without damaging the peel. However, in the arid, intense heat of the semi-desert landscape, time is the primary adversary of quality. A delay of merely a few hours after reaching full ripeness can lead to a dulled skin, the loss of essential oils, and the beginning of dehydration in the flesh. Consequently, the entire harvest must be conducted rapidly, without interruption, and with precision. This ensures that every grapefruit, from the moment it is separated from the branch, maintains its lustrous, fragrant skin and the distinctive sweet tart taste that has established Rio Red as a favorite throughout the United States. In the summer, when the zucchini fields in France are at their most productive, hundreds of workers embark on the largest harvest of the year. Despite technological progress in farming, zucchini are still predominantly hand-picked because their delicate skin and soft stems are highly susceptible to scratches and bruising. In the fields, pickers navigate each row, securing the fruit with one hand while using a small knife to make a clean cut at the stem with the other, employing swift, accurate motions to prevent any damage to the shiny green skin. Each worker is equipped with a shallow plastic crate, which, upon being filled, is transferred to collection trucks that move slowly alongside the rows. To maintain freshness, harvesting occurs every 2 to 3 days, when the fruits are approximately 18 to 20 centimeters long, the ideal size for both flavor and yield. An experienced picker can typically harvest between 400 and 600 kilograms per day. This work is all performed in the early morning, when the temperature is cool and the fruits are firm, vibrant, and full of vitality. Next, we venture to the shaded cocoa plantations of southern Ghana, the origin of the chocolate bars you enjoy. A harvest season is heralded by the consistent sound of machetes cutting through the forest, a sound the locals fondly refer to as "go-to," signifying the arrival of the golden season. When the cocoa pods mature to a deep red or golden yellow, pickers use curved machetes to sever them from the stem, gathering them in small heaps under the trees. There, they break open the pods to extract the ivory-hued beans, which are enveloped in a sweet, sticky pulp. This pulp undergoes a natural fermentation process for 5 to 7 days, during which enzymes decompose sugars and acids, creating hundreds of precursor aroma compounds. Remarkably, 60 to 70% of the final flavor of chocolate develops at this point, long before the beans are roasted. Yet, despite the intensive work of millions of farmers, cocoa producers receive less than 2% of the total value of the global chocolate industry. The majority of the profits are captured by large processing companies in Europe and North America, where these basic beans are transformed into the sweet luxury that many of their cultivators have never had the chance to taste. The sweet potato harvesting season in the United States typically starts in September and extends through November. In North Carolina, the nation's leading producer of sweet potatoes, large Lockwood sweet potato harvesters are in constant operation across thousands of hectares. Positioned under a steel frame nearly 6 meters long, a system of spade-like digging blades goes 35 to 40 centimeters deep into the ground. This method gently raises entire rows of sweet potatoes rather than aggressively digging them up, which reduces mechanical damage and helps maintain the smooth skin and natural form of each tuber. Following this, a series of rubber conveyor chains takes in the soil and potato mixture, shakes off the extra dirt, and moves the clean potatoes to an upper belt. In a matter of seconds, the soil is removed and the potatoes undergo a preliminary sorting before being loaded directly into storage bins at the back. A single Lockwood harvester is capable of covering 10 to 12 hectares daily, doing the work of over 150 laborers while ensuring more than 90% of the potatoes remain undamaged. This is a clear demonstration of the precision and efficiency of contemporary American agricultural technology. Kale, a prominent superfood of the winter season, is gathered in two distinctly different manners. On smaller farms, laborers use both hands to strip the leaves downwards from the top of the stalk, choosing the fresh, curly green ones and leaving the tougher, older leaves. The collected leaves are placed into crates that are situated on slow-moving tractors. This gentle, manual technique preserves the surface of the leaves, reducing bruising and moisture evaporation, which is a key consideration for kale that is graded under the U.S. #1 standard. This standard demands that the leaves be well trimmed, fresh, not yellowed, and free from damage before they are sent to supermarkets or processed as fresh leaf kale. The alternative approach is mechanized kale harvesting, where humans primarily act as machine operators. Equipment such as the Ploger MKC-4TR employs high-speed, rotating cutter bars that move along the soil's surface, cutting all kale leaves in one go. Right after, dual intake rollers pull the leaves into a cutting chamber, where spinning blades dice them into consistent pieces. Then, a 5-meter inclined conveyor lifts and propels the chopped kale into an adjacent trailer. Both vehicles are synchronized using GPS, with their speed, direction, and feed rate coordinated to the second for a continuous and efficient operation. In contrast to hand-picked whole-leaf kale sold in supermarkets, mechanically harvested kale is meant for industrial processing. After being collected, the leaves are washed, blanched, and then individually quick-frozen, IQF, to be used as chopped frozen kale, a primary ingredient in soups, smoothies, pizza toppings, and prepackaged frozen meals that are exported throughout Europe. Leaving the chill of Europe behind, we travel towards the intense equatorial sun, to the vast pineapple fields of Costa Rica, where the fruit is cultivated year-round. Under the sweltering tropical sun, hundreds of farmers work bent over between the rows of sharp-leaved plants, carrying kiranjang, traditional wicker baskets that can hold up to 50 kilograms. Each movement is a struggle, as the pineapple leaves are extremely sharp and can easily cut their skin if they are not careful. Even in our current era of automation, pineapples are still required to be harvested by hand. This process is slow, demanding, yet done with great care. It is this human touch that ensures each fruit maintains its perfect shape, golden color, and fragrant aroma by the time it gets to consumers globally. If there's a notable advancement in pineapple harvesting, it is the introduction of these mobile conveyor belts that span the fields. A large truck operates in coordination with a steel frame nearly 30 meters in length, which is equipped with constantly moving rubber belts. Farmers simply twist the pineapples from their stalks and set them directly onto the passing belt. Instead of the previous method of carrying heavy sacks on their backs, each pineapple is now moved straight into the truck's collection bins, which helps to reduce bruising and damage. This system is capable of processing 200 to 300 fruits per minute, resulting in labor savings, increased efficiency, and the preservation of the pristine condition vital for export-quality pineapples. Although still partially manual, this is recognized as the most sophisticated method of pineapple harvesting available today, where human accuracy and mechanical consistency combine to create a dynamic assembly line across the tropical landscape. The walnut harvest commences when the green outer husk naturally splits, indicating that the nuts inside have achieved optimal dryness. In California, which is responsible for over 99% of the walnuts grown in the United States, hundreds of tree shakers become active throughout the expansive orchards. Each hydraulic arm firmly grasps a tree trunk and applies up to 3,000 pounds of shaking force, which is sufficient to dislodge nearly all the nuts in less than 10 seconds. The orchard is filled with a continuous rattling sound, much like a downpour of falling shells. Shortly after, sweepers and harvesters follow, removing dry leaves and arranging the fallen nuts into orderly rows. The golden brown walnuts are then vacuumed up by conveyors and transported directly to drying facilities, which helps to preserve their deep flavor and crispness. In just a few minutes, a tree laden with fruit is completely harvested, showcasing a remarkable example of precision, strength, and efficiency in contemporary mechanized agriculture. On the banks of Lake Michigan, while a light morning fog still covers the fields, hundreds of farmers start up their low harvesting carts, which move at a slow pace between the perfectly aligned rows of green asparagus. Traveling at just 0.5 kilometers per hour, these carts enable workers to meticulously cut each spear as it grows out of the ground. In contrast to the white asparagus of Europe, which is cultivated underground in sand, Michigan's asparagus grows openly in the sun. It is harvested when the stems are between 18 and 22 centimeters long, which is the perfect length for a tender, crisp, and sweet taste. Once cut, each spear is carefully placed into plastic trays on the back of the cart and taken straight to processing plants within 4 hours to prevent any loss of its freshness and natural sugars. Today, Gerbera daisies are harvested by the Octinian Rubion robot, an automated picking arm often called the most gentle worker in the greenhouse. It is these tiny grains that are used to create canola oil, one of the healthiest and most popular cooking oils in the world. Radishes are available in a multitude of shapes, sizes, and colors, which makes them one of the most visually varied vegetables. The most prevalent radishes in the United States are small, round, and red, with a crisp white center. Originating from Southeast Asia, radishes have spread to other regions of the world due to their resilience and fast growth. These robust vegetables do well in cooler weather and favor well-drained, sandy soil. The growing period for radishes is brief, with certain types reaching maturity in as little as 3 weeks. The timing of the harvest is crucial for radishes. Harvesting them too soon can lead to small roots, whereas delaying can cause them to lose their distinctive crunch and taste. The ideal radish is firm, moist, and has a peppery flavor, making timing a key element in growing radishes. Gathering 110 million pounds of radishes is a significant undertaking. American farmers employ a combination of industrial equipment and conventional hand-picking techniques to ensure these root vegetables arrive from the fields to our dinner tables in excellent shape. Contemporary radish farming depends heavily on specific harvesting machinery. In contrast to the large equipment used for crops like wheat or corn, radish harvesters are smaller and built for gentle handling. These machines come with sharp, accurate cutting implements that slice the radishes cleanly at the root without harming their fragile skins. The harvested radishes are then carefully moved onto conveyor belts for sorting. A key characteristic of these machines is their capacity to handle radishes delicately. Despite their high efficiency, capable of harvesting acres of radishes in just hours, They operate with a soft touch to prevent any bruising or breaking of the radishes. Their construction prioritizes both speed and quality, ensuring that the radishes keep their marketable look. Often, these machines are equipped with advanced technologies like sensors that can differentiate between ripe and unripe radishes, guaranteeing that only those at their best are collected. This level of accuracy helps to reduce waste and increase the yield, which is vital in such a large-scale operation. In greenhouses, where the conditions are meticulously managed and crops are grown to the highest standards, harvesting radishes demands a level of precision that larger farm machinery cannot offer. This is where smaller harvesting machines are essential. Created specifically for delicate tasks, these compact machines are designed to handle the particular requirements of greenhouse agriculture, where accuracy and gentleness are key. These machines are fitted with specialized cutting systems that neatly cut radishes from their stems without harming the delicate roots or the plants nearby. Unlike their larger counterparts, which focus on speed and quantity, these small harvesters are designed to ensure each radish is treated with care. They often come with soft conveyor belts and cushioned collection trays to reduce bruising, thereby maintaining the radish's flawless appearance and crisp texture. Furthermore, the small size of these machines enables them to move through narrow greenhouse aisles easily, maximizing efficiency in confined areas. Some models also have adjustable settings to handle radishes of different sizes and stages of growth, which adds to their adaptability. On smaller farms or for unique radish varieties, manual harvesting is still a common practice. Laborers go through the rows one by one, carefully extracting radishes from the ground, removing any excess soil, and checking them for quality. Although this approach is more labor-intensive and slower, it provides for thorough quality assurance, particularly for radishes intended for high-end markets. Manual harvesting also ensures that radishes with unusual shapes or delicate skins receive special handling. The expertise and skill of the workers are vital in providing perfectly fresh and undamaged radishes. Additionally, this method allows farmers to choose radishes for particular uses, such as for creating bunches for farmers' markets or for pickling or slicing. This traditional technique is crucial for maintaining the variety and commercial appeal of radishes. Whether they are gathered by hand or with machinery, the process of collecting radishes requires precision, care, and sharp observation. Radishes are delicate vegetables with crisp skins and tender roots, and any improper handling can lead to bruising or damage that compromises their quality. Harvesting machines, while efficient, are built with features like gentle conveyor belts and precise cutting tools to make sure the radishes are carefully separated from their stems without injury. Likewise, manual harvesting demands a skilled touch. No matter the method, the objective is consistent: to provide radishes that are vibrant, flawless, and ready to bring crunch and flavor to any dish. After being harvested, radishes enter the next phase of their journey: processing. This stage is vital to ensure that the radishes are clean, safe, and prepared for sale to consumers. The trip of radishes from the farm to the consumer's table starts with an extensive cleaning process at the factory. When radishes get to the facility, they are usually covered in soil and other matter from the fields. To get them ready for the market, they are run through a sequence of modern washing stations. High-pressure water jets and soft, gentle brushes work together to get rid of dirt while keeping the delicate skins of the radishes intact. This detailed cleaning not only makes the radishes look better, but also makes sure that any possible contaminants, like pesticides or bacteria from the field, are properly removed. In some places, the cleaning process is even more thorough, using ozonated water or gentle organic sanitizers. These extra steps add another level of cleanliness, killing bacteria and making the radishes last longer without affecting their crisp texture or natural taste. This ensures that consumers get radishes that are both safe and fresh. After being washed, radishes are sorted based on their size, color, and quality. The larger radishes are often sold as they are, while the smaller or slightly imperfect ones might be sliced or used for other products like salad mixes or pickles. Sorting not only keeps the quality consistent, but also helps producers to meet various market needs. For example, perfectly uniform radishes might be packaged for sale in stores, whereas irregular ones could be used in the food service industry or for value-added items like radish chips or powders. Once they are cleaned and sorted, the radishes are moved to the packaging area where they are carefully packed for different markets. Some are put into breathable plastic bags that are designed to keep them fresh, while others are packed in large quantities for industrial use or for restaurants. Labels are carefully placed to show important information such as the variety, origin, and any certifications, including organic or non-GMO. To address the increasing consumer preference for sustainable options, many producers are using eco-friendly packaging like compostable bags or minimal wrapping. These new methods not only support environmental principles, but also make sure that radishes are delivered to consumers in a way that aligns with current sustainability standards. Growing radishes is a simple yet fulfilling task, which makes them a popular choice for both farmers and home gardeners. The procedure starts with getting the soil ready, breaking it up to help the roots grow properly, and clearing out any rocks or other objects. The seeds are planted directly in the soil, usually about half an inch deep and spaced an inch from each other. Radishes grow best in rows with adequate space between them to avoid being too close together and to allow for good airflow. One of the most notable things about radishes is how quickly they grow. Some types, like the cherry bell, can be ready to harvest in as little as 20 days. Farmers often plant radishes in succession every few weeks to maintain a steady supply. Consistent watering is crucial, as radishes require steady moisture to achieve their characteristic crispness. Radishes might appear to be a simple vegetable, but their farming provides jobs for a large number of farmers, factory employees, and logistics experts. The economic impact of radish farming is considerable, adding millions of dollars to the agricultural industry each year. In addition to their economic importance, radishes also have cultural significance. They are a key ingredient in many different types of food around the world, from Korean kimchi to French breakfast radishes served with butter. In the United States, radishes are becoming more popular in health-focused diets, giving a peppery crunch to salads, tacos, and grain bowls. The adaptability of radishes also encourages new ideas in the food industry. Companies are creating radish-based snacks, pickled items, and even drinks, which increases their popularity and market presence. Harvesting 110 million pounds of radishes each year is a clear indicator of America's efficient and forward-thinking farming methods. Radishes may be small, but their path from a seed to the dinner table is a significant process. The hard work of farmers, workers, and processors ensures that this often underappreciated vegetable continues to be a common item in American homes. So the next time you eat a crunchy radish, take a second to consider the care and hard work that went into its journey. It's more than just a vegetable. It's a tale of farming dedication and accuracy. I hope you find this story enjoyable. See you again. When it is time to harvest rye, accuracy and timing are essential. The method used depends on what the rye will be used for. Farmers need to make a careful choice between harvesting the crop while it is green for silage, or waiting until it is fully grown for food production or seed. This choice greatly affects the type of machinery used, the methods employed, and the final quality of the harvested rye. For rye that is intended for silage, The crop is usually harvested when the plant is still green, before the grains are fully developed. At this point, the stalks and leaves have more moisture and nutrients, which makes them perfect for animal feed. Rye silage offers a well-rounded diet for cows, sheep, and other farm animals, especially in the winter when fresh grass is not available. Special forage harvesters are used for this job. These machines cut the rye close to the ground, chop it into smaller pieces, and then move it directly into wagons or trucks. This rapid process helps to keep the nutrients in the rye, ensuring high-quality feed for the animals. When rye is intended for human consumption or for planting again, it is left in the fields until it has reached full maturity. This stage is identified by the plant's golden hue and the hardening of the grains, which have a moisture content of about 14 to 16%. At this point, the combine harvester, or simply combine, becomes a crucial piece of equipment. The combine harvester is an impressive piece of modern agricultural machinery that performs three main tasks: reaping, cutting the plant; threshing, separating the grains from the stalks; and winnowing, cleaning the grains. First, the combine's cutter bar slices through the rye stalks just above the ground. The cut stalks are then fed into the machine's threshing drum, where the grains are separated from the stalks by mechanical action. After threshing, the grains go through sieves and air blowers, which get rid of chaff and other unwanted material. The cleaned grains are then kept in a large hopper inside the combine, while the remaining straw is either put back on the field as mulch or baled for use as animal bedding. The development of combine harvesters has completely changed rye farming in America. In the past, harvesting rye was a very labor-intensive task that needed many workers and long days in the fields. Now, a single combine can harvest hundreds of acres in much less time. This efficiency not only reduces time and labor expenses, but also makes sure that the rye is harvested at the ideal point of maturity. Timing is particularly crucial for food-grade rye, as grains that are harvested too soon or too late can suffer in quality. By making the process more efficient, combines enable farmers to get the most out of their crops and meet the stringent standards for food production and export. Furthermore, modern combines are fitted with GPS technology, sensors, and data analytics, which let farmers check their yields in real time and make necessary changes immediately. This level of accuracy reduces waste and ensures that the harvested rye is of the highest quality. The use of such sophisticated machinery shows the importance of technology in modern farming, making it possible to harvest 528 million pounds of rye both efficiently and effectively. Once the rye has been harvested, the next phase, processing, commences. The trip from the field to the factory includes several key steps, each aimed at maintaining the quality of the grains and getting them ready for their final use. The initial step is cleaning, where the rye is put through sieves, magnets, and air blowers to get rid of dirt, stones, and other foreign matter. This is followed by drying, a vital process that makes sure the grains have the right amount of moisture for storage. Too much moisture can cause mold and spoilage, so this step is critical for preserving quality. After drying, the grains are sorted by size and quality. High-quality grains are set aside for food production, while batches of slightly lower quality might be used for animal feed. Finally, the cleaned and dried grains are stored in silos or packaged for delivery to bakeries, distilleries, and other industries. Rye bread is one of the most popular products made from rye. Known for its thick texture and slightly sour taste, this substantial and nutritious bread has become a common food in many cuisines around the world due to its distinct flavor and versatility. The creation of rye bread starts with the milling process, where rye grains are ground into flour. Unlike wheat flour, rye flour has less gluten, which gives the bread its typical denseness and hearty consistency. Once the flour is prepared, it is combined with water, yeast, and sometimes a sourdough starter. The sourdough starter is very important as it helps the dough to rise and also gives the bread its characteristic tangy flavor.
In contemporary bakeries, robots and automated machinery handle most of the work. Robots mix and knead the dough efficiently, which ensures consistency and saves time. After the dough has risen, robotic arms shape it into loaves with great precision, reducing the need for human labor.
The shaped dough is then placed in fully automated ovens that use advanced baking technology. These ovens manage the temperature and time with extreme accuracy, making sure each loaf is baked perfectly. The final product is rye bread, with a firm, golden crust and a soft, dense inside. This bread goes very well with butter, cheese, or smoked salmon, making it a tasty substitute for regular white bread. The use of automation and robotics in baking has made the production of rye bread more efficient, while keeping its rich flavor and texture. This blend of tradition and technology showcases the culinary possibilities of rye, ensuring it remains a favorite on tables worldwide. American white oak barrels are chosen with care for their durability and their capacity to add intricate flavors. Before they are used, the barrels are toasted and charred over an open fire. This charring process for the 528 million pounds of rye in America is a huge effort, made achievable by the commitment of farmers, the cleverness of modern equipment, and the effectiveness of processing systems. From the fields of the Midwest to the bakeries and distilleries all over the country, rye goes on an amazing journey, demonstrating its value as one of the most adaptable and useful grains. Whether it is enjoyed as a slice of rye bread or a glass of rye whiskey, this simple grain continues to have a significant impact on America's farming and food scenes. Its toughness, adaptability, and versatility guarantee that rye will stay a fundamental part of the lives of farmers, bakers, distillers, and consumers. I hope you enjoyed the video. Goodbye, and see you next time.